All right, CSS battle time, and we have more circles. Looks like a not quite an eye. I don't know how to describe that. An aperture, maybe, kind of, or like a like when you look inside a ball valve and it's turning. I don't know. That's not important. What's important is how we're gonna make this, right? Let's see. Okay, so we have our circles, and pretty much you can do a radial gradient or you can do a border radius. I'm leaning towards radial gradient just because getting this circle here, I mean, we could just have a circular element, like you could have background, border, and then outline, even box shadow, whatever, to do this on the HTML. And then we could just take the border on the body and collapse it down, probably scale it down and put it right there. We'd have the border radius. It's pretty good. I could also do a radial gradient where I have a small dark brown circle and then yellow, and it's you know, like set down right here so that everything's centered. And then what I could do is then make a transparent circle that goes in the center, and then that, and then, you know, 3 color stops. So 2 radial gradients or that border radius and like scale thing. You know what? Let's try both. Let's see if I can try both in a reasonable amount of time. So you know what? I'm gonna set a timer so I don't get carried away. Let's look at this. Here we are. Timer. 15 minutes. Let's see how we do. All right. So we're going to start with background, radial gradient. We're going to do 1Q. My other option would be to do this. No, we're gonna just do it normal, like. Let's go 25, not 25 pixels. We got to do the color first. And then yellow. Okay. So it's going to be bigger than 25, it looks like. Let's say 40. That looks about right. And then we can do at syntax, or I can probably just do this. I can just position it 50%, and then 200 pixels is not right. Negative 50 pixels? No? 50? Oh, that's why 200 just looped it all the way through. So let's walk it up. 40, 50, 60. Okay, that's perfect. It's just touching the bottom of that circle. So we know that that will, if I did the border radius thing, it would actually fit and be masked inside the edge of that circle, which is good to know. Now we do the next radial gradient on top. Radial, let's put in a comma so I get my autocomplete going. Radial gradient, and we are going to do 1Q again to get our proportions to be a circle. We're going to do 40, we're going to do transparent for 40 pixels, and then we're going to do brown, or kind of a maroon color, something. I don't know what you're seeing. I think my screen's on like dark mode, so it tints things a little bit. Not dark mode, like lower blue light, whatever, doesn't matter. Let's just get this done. 0, 80 pixels, and then we're going to go to the pink. Let's walk up this to 100. Okay, and that's everything. So let's hit submit. Where are we at? We did like 3 minutes there to get this knocked out. Still submitting. That worked. All right, let's reduce, oops, 5ch. This is 25 VW, 25 VW, 60 pixels. I don't think that one's gonna work. 64Q. Hit submit, let's see. Yep, that worked. Okay. Windows V. No, 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 no. That's not what I want. Wow. I'm like, I really had a hard time thinking of how to hit the home key. That was sad. Okay, 118 characters is gonna be tough to beat with a border radius solution. I really like this. I like having it tough to beat. 2 radial gradients. The question is, would splitting it up and putting it in a variable save anything? Let's see, it has to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 15 characters with that, and we could just change this stuff at the end. So I could put it on the body as well, and I would... That could work. Let's explore that. Let's go ahead and explore what using a body would do for this. So we have, I think what we actually need to move out is this upper one. Yeah, that's the one that I need to eliminate. Okay, so everything's looking good so far, and we just need to do a var. Let's see. Let's just put it in, make sure it's working. Okay. Okay, so this is the point where we can put in a variable. Dash dash B for background, and let's do this. And instead, we're going to take all of this, right? And say, okay, so that doesn't work. And the reason why that doesn't work okay. I'm pretty sure I just missed something with my... Oh, I think I... No, I have the closing parentheses there. Oh, you know what? Is that parentheses closing our variable instead? I bet you it is. I bet you that's what the trouble is. Because right now, we're not getting a valid gradient. We're just getting this centered. Does that happen? Okay. So, might have to approach this a little differently. I'm sure I can use a variable here. I don't even know if that's what's happening. Yeah, because it's not moving at all. It's just centered. Okay. So our variable is not overriding properly, and it's failing. Yeah. See, the extra parentheses was making the, because this is not actually included in there. Okay. Wow. Okay, so using a variable inside of, I have to move it outside of the parentheses. All right, let's see. That ain't gonna work. No, that's not gonna work. Okay, all right, all right. Okay. So we get new gradients, but what we're losing is this positioning on the first one. Unless we do... Oh, that kills everything. Okay. Var B is getting rewritten. The positioning. Do I put an extra parentheses in there? No, because then it's just it's still hitting that first one. It's not gonna. I can't put one inside of it. It's gonna hit the first one. Now you have an extra parentheses outside of it, and it's having an issue. Well, shoot, actually now we have no parentheses if it's just going off of the variable for where it's ending. I'm not understanding this at all. I think I need to back up, back way up, back up to here. Okay. Okay. I want all of that. I want this stuff to go away with the, I have to do a margin 0 too on this. See? So I think between that and the issues, we're not going to get a shorter thing because there's only a little bit of margin. There's only like the 15, 16 characters here. And we're going to use 12 for the variable, right? If we get it working. And then we also have the extra selector characters. So, I mean, we're just eating away at whatever margins I can make. I need to look at the solution that was sent to me today because they use variables inside the gradients. I should look at what the syntax there is. So I'll do that later. I'll look at the syntax, see if I can make it work. I'll put it in the comments. But right now, 118 is good with this. Do we have time left? We have 4 minutes. Can we make a border radius one work? Let's see. 4 minutes. Speed run. Let's start with the start. We're doing a background yellow. There we go. And then we have a border. And what was it? It was like 60. Solid and U. Border radius. And it's going to be... There we go. Margin. Yeah, see, I mean, just everything we're having to do to get this set up just right here is feeling excessive. Okay. There we are. And then if we put this on the body, everything breaks, understandably, because we have a margin going. Hit a 0 on that. We're going to have to scale this down significantly because there's only 40 pixels. So what is that? 0.6? Okay. We put in a period. It makes things worse. We're going to go 0, 0. Actually, it almost looks like the right size. Just don't know why it's off to the right. I don't understand that. Doesn't matter. We should be able to move it. 50. Ooh. Why is it an oblong? Okay. Ooh, there we go. I'm figuring this out. Sorry. There we go. Negative 20 and 20. We need to move it down a tiny bit more and then move the bottom up. 80. Okay, there we go. 30. 35. Oops. How did I miss the 3? Okay, 35. That's really close. I imagine the 0.6 might not be quite right. Oh. We forgot something real important here. Let's go 9m. Okay. And then, we have to also get rid of the thing we used to make the pink, 0a. Okay, now we can hit submit, and we will have a better match than 26.3. Hey, we did it in under 4 minutes. I got 20 seconds left. 99.9. Okay, that's okay. I'm sure we can fix that with some, font chasing. I'm just going to minus this down and see where we end up at character-wise. Yes. I know. Thank you, timer. All right. Oops, that's the wrong way. Okay, we're at 149. Not even close. So, first solution. Excuse me? I don't know why my screen went dark. I really don't. All right. Okay. Now let's see if there's. I'll explore variables. Otherwise, that's where I'm at. Cool. Hope you had fun with that, and I hope you're having fun building this one too. How do you approach it? I mean, how do you see building this shape? That's always the interesting part. Cool. Oh, something else I want to mention. I've signed on as a Torque ambassador for torque.dev. They're actually a recruiting platform. It's free. All they do is help people find work. So that's why I don't mind repping them. But also the Torque Discord that they have, there's some good people in there, and it's a nice place to hang out with other people in tech, all different levels. And we're having a community event tomorrow. So if you want to join, I will put the information in the description. So I should mention that. It's a nice place to hang out. Good people. And I like it. And that's why I recommend it. All right. That's it. Catch you later. Bye.